everyone, this is Julia, and today I'll be explaining Google Drive and Google Docs. So the Google apps are free and you can download them from the App Store. They're also available obviously through google.com on your computer and also as like an iPhone app or for any electronic devices that you have that are not your school iPads. So it's a great way to connect between all of your devices. A lot of people prefer it to Microsoft Word because it does sync between your devices, so you don't have to worry about your computer crashing and losing all your work. It'll always be backed up on your Google Drive. So today I'll be showing you how to use Google Drive and Google Docs, but there are also a bunch of other Google apps. There's something like PowerPoint, there's one that's like Excel, so there are a lot of different options if this is something that you're interested in using. So I'll start with Google Drive. There are a few photos on here because I was creating my yearbook page, so that's my dog Maggie, but I also use Google Drive for a lot of academic stuff. My English teacher, Dr. Willard, this year had us put all of our stuff into folders. So for example, our Canterbury Tales paper is over on the right, and then I also back up all my Notability notes in their note format, so you can see that on the right side as well. There are a few ways to view your documents. You can view them in the grid format. You can also do a lined format. In the top right-hand corner, there's a little button to switch back and forth. And then a really nice thing you can do is search for a document, but I'll show you how to do that in Docs. So within your Drive, there are a few different ways you can organize your notes. The first are folders, so in the top you'll see there's a folders section. One folder that I can show you is Notability. So again, like I said, I back up all of my documents from Notability. So they're all here. So for example, my senior project notes are all here. So I wouldn't be able to open them in Google Drive, but I could always open them in Notability. And that way, if I ever delete the Notability app or I get a new device, I can always access those through Google Drive. So you don't have to only use the Google apps to use Google Drive as a backup option. You can also back up your photos to Google Drive, which is really convenient as well. So if you click the menu button in the top left-hand corner of your screen, it's the three horizontal lines, it gives you a few different options. So the screen we were just in is My Drive, but there's also an option called Shared with Me. So if we click there, you'll see all the things that teachers or peers might have shared with you. So, for example, I'm working on my senior project right now, and Mr. Kosak sent me a list of the core apps that the teachers are working on. So that would show up right here. So if someone says that they've shared a document with you on Google Drive, the best way to find it is to click Shared with Me, and it should come up right away. And it sorts by time too. So you can go down in the list and find stuff that was shared a little less recently or more recently. Another nice thing is Recent. So you can see the things that you've opened most recently. So for example, that Canterbury Tales paper again is right here. And if you open any of these, if they're a Google Doc, you can tell by the little icon, the little blue rectangle or blue square, I guess. And that'll take you right into Google Docs. Ones that are videos will play right here, and ones that are notes, again, will open in Notability. So it's really easy to access all of your documents that you have saved in Google Drive. The other option is Starred. So if there's a document that you have that you don't want to lose, you can star it, and then it'll show up here in your starred section. So that way, if you have a lot of documents in your Google Drive, like I do now, you can find things really easily. So let's open that Canterbury Tales paper. So I'll go back to my Drive, and I'll open that here. And when you click on something in My Drive, if you have Docs downloaded on your iPad as well, it'll open in Docs. So Drive is a way to access all of your files, and Docs is a way to edit them. So for example, if I wanted to change my paper, I could type in here just like Microsoft Word, or any of the like Apple Suite style Word document processors. So you can do bold, italics, underline, you can do bullet points, you can excuse me, you can use the keyboard on your iPad, or you can use an external Bluetooth keyboard if you have one. There are also a bunch of other options if you click the A. So for example, you can pick if you want your writing centered, if you want to indent, or bring it back. You can also change the font and the size. So basically, all the basic things that you would need to do in a regular Word document. So it's really handy to have it right here. In addition, Google Docs also has a thing called comments. So when I submit my paper to Dr. Willard, he reads it and then writes comments in response. So to view his comments, what I can do is click the comments button in the top right corner, and that'll show me all of the comments that he wrote. But you can also view an individual comment by putting your cursor in the comment, and then a little box will pop up that says select all, or comment. If you click the comment, it'll take you to that specific one, and you can choose to resolve or reply. So if I reply, it'll notify Dr. Willard that I've written a response to his message, but if I choose not to do that, I can resolve it, which says that I fixed the problem and it's okay. For now, I'll reopen it, which will bring the note back. And then you can also change font color. So when Dr. Willard wrote at the end of my paper, he wrote in blue, so I'd know that it was his writing, not mine. So he wrote his comments at the bottom. And then anytime I update, any updates that I make will be accessible on any device, and Dr. Willard, because he's authorized to view my paper, can see it as well. So if you click the button in the top right-hand corner, that just shows you some extra little features like finding. You can find a word in your document, say literature. It's right here in this first line, but if I click this, it'll find it every single time, and I can replace it with a different word. There are also a bunch of cool features, like sharing it. You can share this, you can print it from here, or you could save it as a Word document or send it as a link in an email. And then if you want to share it with someone in Google Docs, say you want to have someone else have access to it, you can share it and you can enter email addresses here. So you can choose whether the person can just view it or if they can edit or comment on it as well. So if you need to share a document with your teachers, that's the fastest way to do it. And then of course there's also undo and redo in the top right-hand corner. So I hope that was helpful.